Father. Can I run away? Help me please, Lord, cause I feel so alone. I feel like I have nobody. I feel like I need to let you know you're the only one who can give me that chance just to get away. My king, would you help me, save me today, I pray. Get away from all the sins that I have, and the thing that leaves me astray. If I strive, I'll reach my Lord. I'll reach my Lord. Say like one
Shalom, shalom.
Lord, will they slay me for all my sins? Will they take my soul? These lions look like people that I call my friends. But I pray to thee, don't let them kill me, no. Father, please, would you help me? Don't let them take my soul. Get away from all the sins that
Shalom. Shalom. We hope, we pray that everybody is well and will be better. This is your brother and friend, Yeshiah Israel of the House of Israel. We present this from Danite Publications, brothers and sisters, and that is in due respect. First and foremost, not that anyone is perfect, but and giving honor to the one who sees all and is not seen, the one who judges all and is not judged, is whom we're speaking of. So, as is, say the custom on the platform, brothers and sisters, Shabbat Sas, which in Hebrew means happy Sabbath. This is not to say, don't say Shabbat Shalom. This is to say happy Sabbath, if we will. Make another part to it, if you will. You understand? I want to say before we get started, brothers and sisters, that there's a person that was in the chat that was banned out, which is not a common practice. But the reason why, for those who are seeing that, I want to state is, say maybe 2-3 weeks ago, it became a confrontation debate thing, quote unquote, if you will. And for those who do know, a brother left the debate circuit some time ago. Not trying to be disrespectful or anything of, say, that kind of sort. I want to do the presentations as noted some months ago without any profanity, as was done commonly, say last year, 2024. So wanted to change the style and format. I post my number on the screen. I post my email inside of the books. So if a brother or sister is able to reach out, maybe they agree or disagree or anything of that kind of sort, it is definitely welcomed and appreciated. However, in no disrespect, nor dry snitching, nor disrespect, or backbiting, or anything of that kind of sort, to sit there and have an ability to perhaps reach out and don't, but just want to, I want to debate, I want to say this, I want to get this. No. We don't do that and operate like that on this particular platform, and so forth and so on. So again, that is something to bring out, say, in reference for edification purposes. All right. Without any further ado, let us, if we will, bring this out. All right. This hopefully will show. Let me know if y'all see it. All righty. Slideshow from the beginning. And I can see on my side here if it's shown. Giving honor to the creator of heaven and earth. DayNightPublications.com. Now, that is the website, brothers and sisters, for those who are interested. All right. Welcome to Day Night Publications. We hope and pray that everyone is well and will be better. Why do we say that? Because, brothers and sisters, not trying to be funny, people may be dealing with X, Y, and Z, as many of us are. Be it emotional, spiritual, social, economical, whatever matter may be, brothers and sisters, we want to sit there and point this out for reference purposes. So that's why we say we hope and pray that everyone is well and will be better. We can be reached at 908-587-4841. Again, we are on the platforms of Moreh Yeshiah, Hebrew Lessons, Moreh Yeshiah, Torah Lessons, and the Facebook profile, Yeshiah Author Danite. I'm going to have to sit there and maybe deal with some mechanical stuff or whatever with the Facebook Live matter, because I noticed that I need to share it and then post it to my platform on Facebook and then make it public. It doesn't automatically go public like it used to. So, but it's still on there currently nonetheless. The email to reach us at is yyisrael22@yahoo.com. The way to donate is in each presentation. So you can sit there and look at the description in that particular matter. The platform of Day Night Publications in the presentations is focused on the connection of the history of the Israelites to the history of the world. What do we mean by that? How to sit there and show the Israelites as evident in world history. Our primary source is the scriptures, namely the said Old Testament, known to some as the Tanakh. The word Tanakh, as we know, is an acronym. Brothers and sisters, meaning Torah, where you get the T in the word Tanakh from. Torah meaning instruction or teaching. Nebi'im, where you get the N in the word Tanakh from, meaning prophets. And the word Ketubim, where you get the K sound in the word Tanakh, meaning the word Ketubim, meaning writings. So the Tau, the Nun, and the Kaf, when you say it like that, Tanakh is actually an acronym. So we want to point that out for reference purposes. All right. Any questions, please feel free, say to put it within the chat in that particular case. All right. Giving saying shalom to the brother Bergen Paris. Thank you for joining on. Now, when we say joining on or showing the history of the Israelites, a connection to the history of the world, there are records from other kings that existed that speak of the Israelites. And the stories that they have of the Israelites and the record in the Tanakh that the Israelites have of the same events concerning those nations match. For instance, the situation that happened when King Hezekiah in the matter with Sennacherib of Assyria is written from the biblical point of view and from the Assyrian point of view, called the Teleprism, which is located in one of the museums. And it does not contradict, say, one another. It shows evidence of such to be true. The Israelites being defeated by Mesha, king of Moab, has been even presented on this platform, brothers and sisters, where King Mesha of Moab, written in the scriptures in 2 Kings chapter 3, correlates with what is written inside the Mesha Stela concerning the Israelites. So that's to show the history, say, in that particular case. Also, to spread the knowledge of Hebrew to people who are interested. So Moreh Yeshiah Hebrew lessons, and this is why when dealing with day-night publications, we want to sit there and it's not trying to be disrespectful. Oh, we want views. We want views. I know of people who say, oh, our views have increased. But who's viewing it? I know good and well, not being funny, YouTube, Facebook, this social media is created by the CIA in order to watch people more, but it's what it is in that particular case. You understand? But every view, like every dollar, is not a good one. Every view is not a good one, maybe. Every dollar is not a good one. So I want to point this out, brothers and sisters. Don't let, if you are a streamer, if you're online, don't let whether you don't think the amount of views should be what it is hinder you from your project and your mission. All right? So these are things that we care to bring out for reference purposes, if we will. All right? Let's continue. The platforms Danite Publications have are Yeshiah Author Danite on Facebook, Moreh Yeshiah Yisrael, which is on Facebook, Yeshiah and Author, which I am on Instagram, Moreh Yeshiah Torah Lessons, Moreh Yeshiah History Lessons, Moreh Yeshiah Hebrew Lessons. The last three are on YouTube. So those are the three main YouTube platforms that a brother uses. All right, Moreh Yeshiah Torah Lessons, Moreh Yeshiah History Lessons, and Moreh Yeshiah Hebrew Lessons. Sometimes some of the same videos is on two different platforms, such as this one right here. We're on Moreh Yeshiah Torah Lessons and Moreh Yeshiah Hebrew Lessons. All right, but we're not currently speaking on live Moreh Yeshiah History Lessons. I use a platform for many who may know, pardon me, called StreamYard. All right. So this is not to say disrespectful or to sound boisterous or anything of that kind of sort. You have to invest in what you're into. Before a brother does a presentation, I try to make sure the mic is working well. I try to make sure, brothers and sisters, that the PowerPoints have no misspellings, those kind of things, and so forth and so on. And to sit there and have to maintain the platforms that one uses. You want certain kind of energy, a certain kind of ruach, which is spirit, a certain kind of gisha, which is attitude. You understand? You don't want confrontation. This is why all views are not good. All right? Just want to point that out, if you will, for reference purposes. All right? Thank you for that. Now, these books that you see right there are the shortened versions of the books that we're going to show later. All right, Day-9 Publications. The picture that you see there is within 2 weeks' time of each other while being in Egypt itself by what is referred to as the Meneptah Stela. I remember going to Egypt, and brothers and sisters, the people there were asking, oh, do you want a tour guide? How you doing? And so forth. While in Egypt, brothers and sisters, I noticed that there were signs that were speaking upon not having your book bag on your back in so many words, or not having someone being next to you when you're at the ATM. I have never in my life read a sign that said, be careful of people around you when you are at the ATM until I went to Egypt. You understand? And sad to say, thievery, stealing from people who are tourists is not an uncommon thing in Egypt. So this is partly why they sit there and tell the people with tourists or whatever like that to be careful and so forth and so on. So just want to point that out for reference purposes. All right, thank you. Recently, we had what we call a holiday, Juneteenth, which was told to the people who were enslaved in Texas that they were free months after the death of Abraham Lincoln. Juneteenth became a federal holiday within the past 5 or so years. Now, I want to talk about this real quick, brothers and sisters. We cannot, as Israelites, honor Purim, brothers and sisters. We cannot, as Israelites, brothers and sisters, honor Hanukkah, which neither Purim nor Hanukkah, brothers and sisters, is within the Torah, the first 5 books. But we know why we honor it. You understand? So, this is something that we care to bring out for reference purposes. You understand? Thank you for that, family, in that particular case. Just checking something here real quick. Thank you for the time. Okay, let's move on. Now, the reason for Hanukkah was because the Israelites winded up defeating the people of the Seleucid army and getting things back that the Seleucids, who came up after Alexander's death, took from the Israelites, stole from the Israelites. The Israelites took it back from them, their property, if you will. So now, for instance, when you look at people in Western Africa, for instance, that are talking about they want the things that England and other European places have taken from them and put into their museums, that's not far-fetched. Europeans have been doing that since we can sit there and talk about it in ancient Israel and perhaps before then. But you understand? The things that the Seleucid army have taken, the Israelites took it back. The things stolen from the Israelites retrieved it back. And as is pointed out in the Apocrypha, in 1 Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48, it said that the Israelites had to redo their books because the Greeks sought to put images of themselves inside the Israelite writings. So that would mean that 2 generations, say after the time of the Maccabees, if the Israelites did not reclaim their property, they will be looking at images of the Greeks while reading the history of the Israelites. What am I getting to? They put white people's pictures inside the scriptures, even this day. But that does not, quote unquote, make it, quote, their book. You understand? So these are things, brothers and sisters, that we care to bring out for reference purposes. In the platform, Moreh Yeshiah History Lessons, there is a presentation called Greece and the Bible. You understand? I want to see, let me see, do it right here if we will. All right, thank you for that. YouTube. All righty. I went to the platform itself. Sorry about that, family. Again, hoping and praying everybody is well and will be better. Let's look at this, right? We have YouTube, if we will, and we are going to go into saying Yeshiah, which is the name I chose when I was 19. Yeshiah, Greece and the Bible. All right. So what comes up is this here. So I want to put this link inside of the comment section. That's why I did all of this. All right. For those who will be interested and so forth. All right. Let's look at that. Thank you. So pulling this back up, if we will, family, from current slide. Now, there is, brothers and sisters, in truth, no reason why Israel should bash, quote unquote, Juneteenth. It is not telling you to do anything against the commandments. It is not saying we should eat things against the laws of the house of Israel, and so forth and so on. So, in being a light to the people and knowing that the people are listening, why not sit there and say, black men, women in the Americas, check this history out and see if you can relate to it. See if it makes sense to you. You understand? So these are things, again, that we care to bring out for reference purposes. All right. Thank you for that, family. This book here, Egypt Talk and Writing, brothers and sisters, is online for those who are interested. You can get it. Thank you for that. Same as this book here, the cover has been changed. I asked a couple of people about what cover should be for this book, and mostly everyone said this kind because of the imagery on it. So I was like, okay, let me keep it say or put it as such. But this book too is online for those who are interested, as this one is here. All right, Deuteronomy 28, History Untold to the Masses. All right, but I want to say, and no disrespect, if I may, right? This book right here, Egypt Talk and Writing, was the most difficult book for a brother to write because of the citations and the references. The amount of references that a brother had to make in that book is over 40 or 50 references. Secular references, if you're dealing with understanding, say, of the Bible, going into the Egyptian writings, going into the Egyptian culture, going into the Egyptian history. Most of the citations in that book are not from the Bible, are not from the book of Exodus. You understand? Two things I want to say motivated me to write this. One, in Deuteronomy chapter 11, it speaks about the people knowing about what happened with Israel in Egypt. So if the Torah has truth to it, then that means that there would be people knowing of such. Artapanus was a historian that many people state we don't have the writings of in full. But somebody copied from Artapanus in history, and in it spoke about the Israelites being enslaved. The historian Josephus spoke about the Israelites being enslaved. And there are other writings, brothers and sisters, that speak about the Habiru people or the Apiru people. So this right here, brothers and sisters, is something to say and bring out for reference purposes. Okay, next slide, please. This one right here, brothers and sisters, I believe to date, I will not be able, not trying to be funny, be able to top this kind of book here. This book is over 400 pages, 10 chapters, and the citations in it, I use a lot of footnotes in there. When I was doing the typing on Word, which is a thing you get when you have Microsoft or whatever like that, I used a lot of citations and footnotes for those who are interested. So this book talks about Israelites in Egypt, from Assyria to America, why we start talking about Tiglath-Pileser, why we start talking about Sargon, why we start talking about, brothers and sisters, Sennacherib. Those names are mentioned in the scriptures. Sennacherib is written of in Isaiah chapter 36. And Sargon is mentioned in Isaiah chapter 20. You understand? Why do we start talking about Darius, which is written about in the book of Daniel chapter 6, also in chapter 9? One of them being, brothers and sisters, a ruler in Egypt in Egypt's 27th dynasty. How does that history correlate one with another? How do we show historically that the prophets of Israel were telling the truth? The prophecies in Ezekiel that correlated as time went on with world history. Those kind of things is what this kind of book gets into. The book gets into, brothers and sisters, too, that matter, I would say, the slave trade, what happened with the Atlantic slave trade. Anyone who attempts to, in their own way, for whatever reason, to deny the matter of the reality of the Atlantic slave trade, all you have to do is say, well, for one, if you deny that, you have no reason to ever do what is called Juneteenth. The celebration of people being liberated from chattel slavery. If you're saying that we were never slaves in a place, you really don't have no reason to talk about Juneteenth in that case. But getting back, staying into this particular case here, from Assyria to America, talk about the Dolben Act of 1788 and the record, as pointed out in this book by Thomas Jefferson, making it illegal for, quote, the international slave trade in the early 19th century, or 1807, 1808, and so on. And how Louisiana, becoming part of the United States in the year 1811, defied what the United States was saying. So those are the kind of matters that this book gets into. This one right here, if we will, brothers and sisters, Deuteronomy 28, History Untold to the Masses. This book has been updated for those who are interested from when it first was published back in 2016. All right. This book here has two different matters of an appendix, Appendix A and Appendix B, brothers and sisters. And Appendix B, brothers and sisters, is the notes that was not in chapter 4. There's 6 chapters and 2 different matters of there being an appendix. So I wanted to make the book as thick as possible, information current for the people, as noted, history untold to the masses. This is not to say that people don't know this kind of thing, because somebody do it, because I cited it from someone else. The brother who made the cover here is a brother by the name of Chief Naftali Bendan, and he goes, to the best of my knowledge, the congregation called DCB. So just giving him a shout out in this particular case. Best of my knowledge. All right, so let's continue, family. All right, now what we're seeing here, Deuteronomy 28 on the left-hand side, Egypt Talking Writing from Verita, Alabama. These books here are the shortened versions of the 3 books that we talked about. So the one on the left side, Deuteronomy 28, the blue cover, is chapter 4 of this book. All right. So just want to point that out. So if you get this book, you may not need to get the blue book that's on the left-hand side here. This book that you see there is chapter 4 of the bigger book. All right. Egypt Talking Writing, the book you see in the middle, is part of this book that you see here. All right. This is chapter 2 of that bigger book. All right. For those who are interested. From Verita, Alabama, all right, that you see on the right-hand side, is part of this book here, From Assyria to America. So these are the shortened versions of those books. And there's also the Kindle version for those who are interested. All right. So the book on the left-hand side is chapter 4 of its bigger book. The book in the middle is chapter 2 of its bigger book. And the book on the right-hand side is chapter 2 of its bigger book. Just want to point that out. Now, Moreh Yeshiah Hebrew Lessons. We ask you to subscribe to the platform. Again, my number, 908-587-4841. Last Saturday night, we went over a matter of Hebrew, going over words like natatika, showing the matter of when you put a pronoun, object pronoun in this case, attached to a verb, and what happens when you put the possessive matter attached to a noun, both ending in ka. What it means with a noun, what it means with a verb. We're going to create a willing about 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the platforms, go over part 2 of putting pronouns together with verbs, because that lesson was extremely long, and I don't mean to knock on self, but I try to keep the Hebrew classes less than 2 hours for attention span and people in due respect. All right. So for those who are interested, we ask you to subscribe to the channel, to comment, like, share, And brothers and sisters, we hope, we pray that everybody is well and will be better. All right? Most High bless. Shalom.
He let us know that we are Israelites, and I can see over and over how He molded and guided our life. Giving thanks to your home, 'cause we can never thank Thee enough. I can believe that we are His children. I never knew that He loved us so much. Moshe was a great and mighty prophet. He set the standards for the prophet yet to come. A godly man and a strong and humble leader. His place and time can never be undone. Oh, give thanks to your Lord. He let us know that we are Israelites, and I can see I can believe that we got the children. I never knew that He loved us so much. So we will praise you, Jehovah, 'cause there is none that is like unto Thee. So you're the one who made our lives bolder. You're the one who gave us life and the lasting legacy. And oh, know that we are Israelites, and I can see over and over how He molded and guided our life. Giving thanks to your, 'cause we can never thank Thee enough. I can believe that we are His children. I never knew that He loved us so much.
get away? Can I run away? Help me please, Lord, cause I feel so alone. Feel like I have nobody. I feel like I need to let you know you're the only one who can give me that chance just to get away. My king, would you help me, save me today, I pray. Get away from all the sins that I have, and the things that lead me astray. If I strive, I'll reach my Lord. I'll reach my Lord. Say like one in trapped in a lion den. Lord, will they slay me for all my sins? Will they take my soul? These lions look like people that I call my friends. But I pray to thee, don't let them kill me, no. Father, please, would you help me? Don't let them take my soul. Get away from all the sins that if I strive.